you've been here for about a half hour, and I'm looking at you. And like I said, I've known you for a long time, and I could see the change in you, like how you've slowed down. I could see physically that you're a dad now.
Yeah, not only am I a dad, bro, but I mean...
It's weird when you see somebody, they go, I got 8 kids.
Right.
But they look younger than you.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Now I could tell you have the dad stuff, and it's just, it was good to see you. It was good to hear from you. The whole thing, I had Renazizi on the show one day.
Oh, nice, man.
And when the show wrapped, at the end we were talking, he said that you had tried to call him or called him or reached out. Yeah. And I was like, bro, that's the best thing, whatever. He reached out, he said hello, whatever. And then a month later, you reached out to me. And it took me like a week to wrap my head around the whole situation, because when you called offering something that a lot of people never offer in their life. They never do. And I wouldn't do it either until I got locked up, Carlos.
Right.
It took me getting locked up to finally go to people and go, hey, bro, can I talk to you for a second? That time I choked you.
Right. I feel you, dude. I feel you.
I fucked up, though.
I feel you, dude.
I fucked up, and if there's anything I can do in the future to help you out,
right,
whatever. There's a dude I poked in the eye one time. Because he kept arguing with me, bro, at a fucking car dealership. He pissed me off so, and I was on probation.
Dude, I'm laughing because I know how you feel.
I was on federal probation,
right.
And this guy kept fucking with me about a restaurant. I kept going, bro,
right.
I'm not going over there, I'm going here, and he got in my face. And he was taller than me. He was tall, and I was on probation, and he crowded my space, and I fucking stuck my finger in his fucking eyeball. And guess what? He showed up at my comedy show at the Denver Comedy Works.
Oh, no way.
And before he could say to me, like, I'm sorry about that, I go, dog, first off, I had no right touching you.
Right.
Like, no matter what the fuck you said to me.
Right.
And then after the show, we talked again, and he goes, I couldn't even fathom my head about what you said. Like, the day you contacted me, Carlos, it blew me away.
Oh, no way, man.
It blew me away because even what's going on in the news, everybody blames everybody else.
Right.
And it drives me fucking crazy. And there's times that I see somebody doing it, and I go, you know what? And it wasn't until I took responsibilities,
Right.
And it was nice what you said, I'm going to have a child. And I'm going to start coming around, and I just don't want no ill feelings. And Carlos, I never had ill feelings for you. I swear to God.
Oh, that wasn't it.
Not at all.
It was about me, though, dude.
No, I know. I know
you know what I mean?
From
because listen, man. I'm a different. We all grow. We all evolve. I was a young kid who discovered comedy when I started doing stand-up. I didn't have any idols. I didn't know what stand-up was. I just remember I would go to work at Farmers Insurance, and I would tell these guys about stuff that I saw on the news that pissed me off, that I thought was absurd. I wasn't trying to be funny. They were the ones that said, you should do stand-up. I didn't know what stand-up was. I started doing stand-up at that time. And I come from the projects. It's funny when I hear people say, hey, man, you ever go back to the projects? And I'm like, what do you mean? They're like, back to your roots, back to where you grew up, back to those. And I say to them, look, I don't know about anybody else, but those people never supported me. When I told them I was going to do comedy, all I heard was like, if you're fucking funny, whatever. There was never like, until I started coming out on TV, then they were like, hey, bro, you're from here and all that shit. But before that, there was no support. It was like, you're stupid, you're dumb, you're not going to make it. What's wrong with you? Why are you standing? And I remember the first time I went to the Comedy Store, I walked off stage and somebody tapped another comedian, and he goes, he was the Latino comic, quote unquote, at the Comedy Store at that time. And he goes, dude, there's your replacement. And I was like, whoa, what the fuck? What is this? And I remember just going, you know what? I can't deal with all this stuff. I can't let this in my head. I can't give up being an engineer to do comedy and not make it work, because this is my family dependent on me. I mean, I was the first one to really come out and be able to get a good job as an engineer. Do you have any idea? Dude, my family had an intervention for me when I started doing stand-up. I mean, they literally sat around and told me that I was stupid and ruining my life. And so when I started going to the Comedy Store and there was all this back and forth and all these comics bickering, I said, you know what? I'm not going to get into this. I didn't drink. I didn't smoke. I didn't hang out. I went in there. I did what I did. I left. But I needed to feel like, I remember walking off stage and going, man, I killed. And the older comics who knew how to kill, they'd look at me like, what is up with this kid? But for me, that was the best I'd ever done. And I had to look at it that way. I couldn't sit around and go, well, yeah, I got to grow. I had to be that guy to deal with everything that came at me at the time. And what ends up happening is, after a while for me, after mine and MENCIA, after all of it, going out on the road, I had to look back and go, all right, man, there are a lot of comics out there that don't like you. A lot of comics you don't even know don't like you. What is that all about? And I had to go, it's got to be something that I did, that I said, it's got to be me. It can't be all of these guys. And that's when I kind of started going, okay, how did I behave toward these people? How did I behave toward those people? And I had to say to myself, look, dude, you were a dick. You were cocky as fuck, arrogant to others, and you went into the Comedy Store. Granted, I grew up where other comics, when they made it, they would come and bump us and run the light. Paul Mooney always ran the light. And, I felt like I earned it at that time and I wanted to do the same. But I came at a time of transition and I didn't pay attention to those around me. I didn't give a shit. Somebody would say, oh, you're going to bump me? I got shit to do or whatever. I mean, I think most of the time I would say okay. But other than that, I think a lot of those guys felt intimidated. And when they got a chance to shit on me, they did. And listen, bro, don't get me wrong. There were times where I had a gun in my hand and I was going to go to the Comedy Store and shoot some people. I mean, it was dark, bro. There were dark moments, like really dark. Suicidal, homicidal thoughts. It wasn't always pretty, bro. But I got to a place where I could say, you know what? I need to look at how I've treated people and talk to these guys and set it right, because I don't want to step foot at the Improv, the Comedy Store, whatever comedy club is, and feel that look that I felt for 10 or so years of like, oh, fuck, there's that guy. And I just don't want that anymore. I don't know how everybody's going to react that I talk to, but I'm calling everybody that I feel I did something to or might have done something to just say, hey, man, I'm sorry that I treated you that way. You deserve more respect, regardless of me having a TV show, and at the time Steve Renazizi not having a TV show. I didn't have to bump him and go on 30 minutes longer than I should have. I did, but I didn't have to. And now I look back at that and I go, okay, that's what you had to do. That's how you felt at the time. Good. Move on. Stay in your place. So that's where I'm at now.
Going in like fucking Marines, you understand me?
Welcome to church, motherfucker.